Om Shri Ganeshaya Namo Namah. Greetings to everyone world over, all our brothers and sisters across the globe in different continents, in different countries, in different time zones, in different mental health, wellness, environment, and of course, at the same time, different packaging of the tourism as well when we talk about. We are having a wonderful series going on, which we started on 9th of April, right on the first Navratras when we were celebrating Ashtami and Ramnami. And that is the way we have moved ahead. And today is 26th of April. I've got another legend of Indian tourism industry who is so versatile and he is so much accommodating any part of tourism, hospitality, aviation, association, networking, whatever you talk about, that is Dr. Himanshu Talwar. He's an author, he's a columnist. And from the time I have met him and I have known him, there is always a great learning. There's always a great learning. Ladies and gentlemen, when all of us will put our thinking caps together, I'm pretty sure Indian tourism will do very well in the coming times. So, on behalf of Chamber for Service Industry, let's move ahead in our series on Friday, 26th of April. That is 2024 and 108 Zoom sessions series. We are talking about India Tourism 2047. I would request today Dr. Himanshu Talwar, if he could be kind enough. There are so many facets and there are so many segments. I do not want to get into all the details because there is so much to learn from him. Let him package himself the way he would like to go. Let's focus on MICE tourism, the meetings, incentives, conferences, and exhibitions when we talk about India as a destination, present status, future scenario, how to shape, how to package, how to plan. And there is our friend, Dr. Himanshu Talwar. He's traveling at this point of time to a couple of destinations. You may call it, the vlogger, you call him blogger, you call him columnist, you call him author, whatever you want to give him the definition for content development. I personally feel it's all up to you, whatever inferences you want to draw. I want to learn today in a very humble way. My notebook, my pen, my all gadgets are ready. As a good student in the classroom, I want to learn about mice, present, what all we are doing, where are we, what are your recommendations, how we should shape Indian tourism through the mice segment of this particular industry. Dr. Himanshu Talwar.
Thank you, Dr. Sharma, rather Major Dr. Sharma. I'm deeply honored and humbled. आपने जो introduction दिया है, I'm really honored that I am too young.
आप थोड़ा और भी बताइए आपके बारे में, because you have been for so many hats you have been wearing. मुझे सारा कुछ जानना है आपके बारे में. I wish to know more and more about you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. I think you're very kind. So it's been a while that I've been interacting with Major Dr. Sharma, and he's one of the most kind and most noble and most talented person I've ever come across in the tourism industry. Be it the business, be it the research, be it the teaching, everything. I think Major Dr. Sharma is he is more of a mentor to me, I would say. And I don't know how to put it in words because there's so many things, mice, for example. Sharma sir, for example, when we say mice, the first thing which comes to anybody's mind, mice is okay. So exactly. So we see it as something like like a mice, like a chuha, a small animal, and his contribution obviously is there. I mean, if we connect this spiritually, if you see that Lord Ganesha used to have a mice always next to him. So today, following the same philosophy, for instance, our economy is Lord Ganesha, or the entire tourism sector is Lord Ganesha. And if we refer only to mice, then mice in itself is something which is beyond our imagination, actually. Meeting, incentive, conference, and exhibitions. It sounds like as if, we have clubbed 4-5 industries, and we have started calling it MICE. But if we go in the background, what exactly this MICE is, so if I begin with something like a report issued by the Ministry of Tourism. So Ministry of Tourism says that in 17 or 18, it was somewhere around 808 billion, and it expected to reach, say, 1200 billion by 2022, 2023, which is already gone. Unfortunately, all of us, we had to face COVID. But today, roughly, hypothetically, if I would say, it's a 1000 billion industry, across the globe. And in India, if I say, it's just somewhere around, say, 37,000 crores, say 38 or say 40,000 crores. 40,000 crore, one vertical of tourism, which is MICE. And if we deep dive into this subject, 60% of 37,000 crore comes from MIC, meeting, incentives, and conference. And we further deep dive into it, then 4,800 crore comes from the exhibitions. So say 500, 800, 1,000 exhibitions happening across India. Or say 50,000 meetings happening in India or abroad. It is part of the economy. So if I put it in numbers, say for instance, if I go by the report issued by Ernst & Young, it estimates that the entire MIC sector is 0.5% of the Indian GDP. Now, if I'm putting GDP, say 3 trillion economy, India, obviously we are beyond that, roughly. If I say 3 trillion and 0.5 is MICE contribution, then it means that every fifth or seventh person within this industry, within India, is working directly or indirectly for the MICE sector. So that's the strength, that's the depth of the MICE sector. Now, people like me, as you said, that I added to it, that what I have been doing apart from author and columnist. So I hold a postdoctorate degree in business administration. I have a law degree. I went to an IIM. I even went to one of the top schools in the business schools in the world, which is Said Business School, University of Oxford. Now, the outcome, the study, or whatever I do is on the basis of, first, I do research. Then I practically apply that research. Then I speak to the industry with that flair of writing which I picked up. I speak to the industry, and whatever I contribute is based on the facts and figures. So that's what Dr. Himanshu Talwar is. And fortunately and unfortunately, because I have been traveling, interviewing a lot of people, contributing a lot of stuff, people have started calling me Dr. Tourism. I say, Doctor is just a degree. Yes,
Wonderful.
obviously, my sector is tourism. Now, so this is the one side of the tourism sector. And as you rightly said, that there are multiple sectors. MICE is not only catering to tourism. Tourism is just a part of it. So if we go out, only India I'm referring to. India stands at the 24th position, sir, when it comes to MICE in the world. You have US, you have Canada, you have Spain, you have France, you have a lot of other countries. They're picking up. Now, when I refer to MICE only, and I say that, okay, MICE is not only towards, say, tourism, if I hypothetically put it, there's engineering, there is medicine, there is agriculture, there is science, there is education, there is skill development, and a lot of things are there, sir. So meeting, inference, incentive, and exhibition revolves around minimum 10 sectors, and all that 10 sectors contributes to the Indian economy. The best part of being in the MICE is that all those 10 sectors, if I add tourism to it, say all 9 sectors, whenever they do something, directly they make profit or they contribute to the economy. But indirectly, actually, they are contributing to the Indian tourism. For example, I have an exhibition happening in, say, Greater Noida, or in Mumbai, or in Bangalore, or in Calcutta, right? 1,000 people traveling to India from 100 countries. They're coming for, say, engineering show, right? But pre or post that engineering event, what they are doing is that they are exploring Indian tourism. So if they are creating 100 jobs, actually indirectly they are creating 10,000 jobs. I'll put it 100 into 100.
Absolutely.
That you are here, you are done with your exhibition, or you arrived early, or you are leaving late. What you're doing is that you are staying in a hotel, hospitality. You are visiting spiritual sites, hospitality. You are visiting wellness sites, hospitality. You are enjoying food, hospitality or tourism. You are visiting UNESCO sites, tourism. You are visiting different states of India. For instance, if you're coming to Delhi, every foreigner ensures, forget about foreigners, sir, every Indian coming from west, south, or east, when they are in Delhi or in Chandigarh or in nearby area, they ensure that they visit Taj Mahal, they visit Jaipur. Probably they'll get an opportunity, they'll not get an opportunity. So at the end of the day, it is all tourism. So, sir, that is the best part of being in the tourism. That tourism industry is creating millions of jobs every year. Unfortunately, sir, let me put it very bluntly. Unfortunately, the contribution of tourism is not acknowledged that way, or in terms of figures, what the tourism is doing. That's why I said unlocking the tourism of
Potential.
potential, the
Yeah.
potential of.
Mm.
So this is the unlocking, sir.
Mm.
I am doing something to have more, say, Make in India, for example.
Mm.
Making India is an initiative of the government. It is
Mm.
not limited or restricted to any particular ministry.
Mm.
But sir, at the end of the day, somebody is booking your tickets, somebody is giving you transport, somebody is giving you hotel, somebody is offering you best food, somebody is acknowledging your contribution, somebody is there with you. It can be a local guide or somebody. It is all Make in India. I agree, right? But which industry is there to support?
Mm.
Tourism. That is
Absolutely.
that is the real strength of tourism, and within tourism, that is the absolute strength of MICE.
Mm. It cuts across and it touches almost all sectors of the economy. Yes, absolutely.
Yes. So, for example, I'm studying in an institution. That institution has only, say, MBA graduates or engineering graduates, right, sir? This institution is in a particular city, and that particular city is not performing well. For instance, in terms of economy or jobs. Now, within this term, based on my research, I would call it hashtag destination diversification. Now, destination diversification means that, for instance, Pune
Mm.
or say Chandigarh, sir, Pune,
Mm.
you have 20 universities now.
Uh,
Students are coming to study, right, sir?
huh?
Right? Students are coming to study,
Yeah, yeah.
but they are studying in a university. But the industry or the sector which is supporting them, 99% is tourism.
All hotels are young nighttime, traveling, people coming out of university and eating parathas till morning, 4 o'clock, going on
Exactly.
motorbikes. Yeah, yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
That is
Yeah.
the motivation provided to all these guys by tourism sector.
Yes, yes.
We should be thankful to the tourism sector of Himachal,
Uh,
Delhi, Punjab, Haryana, Uttar Pradesh, Jammu Kashmir, Leh Ladakh, anywhere, because these students are not going to stay within the university for the entire 3 years. They'll be
mm,
traveling. Now, if I have not developed a particular destination,
mm,
then that means that the destination diversification is not happening.
mm,
20 years back, or say 25 years back, again, examples are be it Pune or be it Hyderabad or be it Chandigarh, these destinations were not restricted to education sector. These were just points, as in some say a benchmark in the sense that you are going to Chandigarh, and from Chandigarh either you go to Shimla
uh,
or you go to Manali.
transit point. Transit point.
Transit, right, sir?
Transit tourism. Yeah.
Transit. So if you're traveling to Mumbai, you'll probably go to Pune. You'll probably not go to Pune. You'll
Yeah.
probably go to Shirdi. You'll probably go to other nearby destinations. But this destination diversification is happening is only because of the entrepreneurial spirit and the skill side of that particular city area and about the people, which is basically the tourism side. That is how I look at tourism.
Wonderful, wonderful. Let's get back to the specifics of the mice. What do you feel? What exactly? Because in terms of one is the physical infrastructure, one is the human factor. That means youth and skilled manpower, which is keen, which is interested, which has a bent of mind to be a part of this industry. And if I go a little deeper into it, when you mentioned about management education related to that, I think the strategy plays a very important role. How much mice tourism, where all mice tourism, what kind of a mice tourism, what all industries you yourself mentioned. There may be a medical conference, there may be a trade fair, there may be exhibition, there may be education fair, there may be immigration. Immigration, I'm not going to talk about. Okay, I would say variety is there. So when I look at all these things, there's such a big canvas. You can brush as many colors as you feel like. So how do you look at the whole thing? Where
Sir,
are we?
okay. So say let's go one by one. For instance, let's start again with education.
Hmm,
Right, sir?
hmm,
For example, I am not educated, sir.
hmm,
I don't know how to speak English,
hmm,
how to speak proper Hindi, how
hmm,
to speak any other. What I know
hmm,
is my regional language, right,
hmm,
sir?
hmm,
And I am a fifth standard pass out.
hmm,
I am looking for a job.
hmm.
Which industry can offer me a job, sir?
Now, once again, it comes on to whether domestic part, local part, regional part, national part, what all. It has got so many areas of tourism which we can take care of. Yes.
Sir, yes, I'm talking globally. I'm not referring to India. I am
Okay.
saying I am in Spain, for
Ah,
example. I
hmm,
am not, I have not studied anything. I don't know anything, right, sir? But I know Spanish, right, sir? Now,
hmm,
for instance, there are 40 countries which speaks Spanish,
hmm.
right, sir? Now, they land in my area, in my village, in my town, or in my city. I can be the guide
Yes.
without any formal education.
Huh?
I know my city very well. I know
Hmm.
my language very well. I'm just referring to Spanish, for example.
Yes. And I
Same
can
thing,
weave in the stories very well. Ah,
exactly,
yeah.
right, sir?
Hmm,
Second, now a group comes in, or government comes in,
hmm,
or a company comes in, which says, boss, you have all the knowledge.
hmm,
We don't want you to learn English, Hindi, Sanskrit. No, we want whatever you know is best. If you know Hindi, we are okay. I'll give you the formal training of how to encash your language and skills and knowledge.
hmm,
Right? So I am from Jaipur. I know the street and city of Jaipur. Right, sir? I speak Hindi. My job is to cater to people who are coming from different parts of North, say Central India, who speaks Hindi. I can show them the city. Can't I make 1,000 rupees a day?
very easy. Very
Exactly.
easy. Yeah.
Now, here comes the contribution of groups and people
Hmm,
that our job is within this
hmm,
industry to integrate the industry.
hmm,
I am not looking for an MBA to do a
hmm,
job of a guide,
hmm,
right? I am looking for an MBA who can promote a destination.
hmm,
I am looking for a hospitality professional who can cook the absolute excellent food.
hmm,
I am looking for a housekeeper who is well versed in his job,
hmm,
right? I am looking for somebody who comes from a village who can take my delegation to a village and show them that this is what the Indian village is, or a
hmm,
Spanish villages, or a Chinese villages, or a Japanese villages.
hmm.
It has nothing to do. Now, my point, sir, hashtag, coming to the conclusion of this point, why I raised is that without any formal education and exposure, there's only one industry in the world which can give you bread and butter. That's tourism.
That is tourism. Absolute. Absolute.
The point. Now, within tourism, for example, sir, how I can create millions of jobs is that I come up from a city of, say, Greater Noida. I'm giving you an example, sir. There's an exhibition center.
Hmm,
Every month, there are 3, 4, 5 exhibitions happening in that exhibition center, right, sir?
hmm,
I am a water supplier,
hmm,
right, sir? I am a food supplier.
hmm,
I work for a hotel there.
hmm,
Or I come from a company which is into fabrication.
Hmm.
or I come from the country which is into, say, developing resources or supporting,
Hmm.
having, say, like a cyber cafe, for instance,
Hmm.
or just a printing machine I have, or
Hmm.
whatever, sir.
Hmm.
The economy of the city is based on people who are traveling to that city to attend an exhibition. If I am in any way, if I am attached to the exhibition industry, don't you think that I can earn my bread and butter?
Absolutely. You can easily. You are
That
using your skills very well, your
is,
competencies very well. Yes, absolutely.
those skills are inherited, sir. I've not
Yeah.
learned anything. For instance, if I learn something, that
Uh,
I'll go for a formal skill development course or a formal education, I can make thousands and lakhs, sir.
yes.
Now, without formal, I have a job. With formal, I have a better job. If I'm a businessman, I can make lakhs and millions. So, the only industry, and within that industry, the only industry, irrespective of the region, the language you speak, the town you come from across the globe, is only industry within tourism which can offer you a job is the MICE industry, sir.
Excellent.
I have a
Good.
company. I have a company which holds minimum 100 meetings every year. 100 only.
Hmm.
To those 100 meetings, my job is to supply food.
Hmm.
I own a cloud kitchen.
Hmm.
I am part of which industry, sir? At the end of the day, tourism. I don't know what is happening in that meeting, whether it's an
Hmm.
engineering meeting or a medical meeting or whatever.
Yeah.
I am from the city, which is hospitable,
Uh,
which is serving to its customers, and at the end of the day, it is counted under tourism.
uh,
Now, how does it matter that which the color of clothes which I'm wearing, the language which I'm speaking? You are in my city, sir. I
hmm.
am offering you what is the best here at the best cost. That is the strength of MICE. That is the strength of tourism based on whatever postdoctorate I have studied, whatever law degree I have, whether I went to various different colleges. At the
Hmm.
end of the conclusion is that if I want to earn bread and butter and make money, the industry which can support me is tourism.
Okay. Wonderful, wonderful input. Before we proceed further, but technology is coming in a very big way. There are many, brothers and sisters in the family also. They have not taken any formal engineering program, but they can repair mobile phone at the home, at residence only. They can take care of electricity. They can take care of AC. They can do all those kind of things because some skill inherited right from inside it has come.
Right.
Similar way, the artificial intelligence which is seeping in and which is coming in a very big way today, and it is coming to the event industry also, because during the thick of the pandemic, how basically online events were managed, and they were managed so beautifully. I mean, so much was learning there that you are not putting up things physically, but they were put otherwise so artistically and so beautifully. It gave such a beautiful ambience. You felt wow factor, something up. Now in a hybrid mode, that is also there. Now, how do you look at it? The technology coming into MICE industry.
Sir, first of all, this artificial intelligence.
Ha,
I am a human being, you know.
ha,
For example, I am the creator of artificial intelligence. I decided to call it artificial intelligence.
hmm.
Artificial intelligence. So that means first thing first is very clear.
It is
It is
not natural.
exactly. It is artificial.
Yes,
I have created it
uh,
so that somebody can take benefit out of it, right,
yes,
sir? So it's
yeah.
artificial. Now, within hospitality, for example, or within tourism, there are
Hmm,
5 devices which
hmm,
are based on artificial intelligence, right,
hmm,
sir?
hmm.
One can be a barcode scanner.
Ah,
Second can be a payment scanner.
hmm,
Third can be a something that you check in and check out using certain things, right, sir?
hmm, hmm,
Again, I'll go back. I have formal education up to say 10th or 12th or graduate or MBA.
hmm,
Irrespective of that, sir,
hmm,
my company says that we are adopting a particular technology to
hmm,
run a travel agency, to run
hmm,
a tour operator, or to
hmm,
run a hospitality establishment, right, sir?
hmm, hmm.
Now, I am somebody who has created this particular software or machine. What
Hmm.
is my job, sir?
Hmm.
My job is that I go to the people who will be using this technology and tell them that this is the easiest way out. Don't worry. You are not doing any programming. You are not creating or manufacturing a chip, or you are not handling a particular device, right?
Hmm.
So,
Hmm.
very simple. I
Hmm.
have these instruments for you. Your job is to pick up a passport or to pick up a bill, just scan it. The software will show you whether it's right or not, whether you receive the payment or not. Unfortunately, sir, we think that technology is something. I mean, a lot of people coming, especially from tier two and tier three cities, they think that because we don't know the technology, we won't be able to survive in the industry.
Hmm.
It's impossible, sir. There are two types of cars. One
Hmm.
is an automatic car, one is
Hmm.
a car which is a gear based car, right, sir?
Hmm.
I am a driver. I
Hmm.
have the entire road sense. I know that a rickshaw wala will drive like this, a truck wala will drive like this. If there is a breaker, I'll have to stop and all that, right, sir? My job is my job is to learn that when to shift the gears, and if it is an automatic, then basically when to stop and push and pull, basically, right, sir? Why am I scared of the technology? Is
Hmm.
because somebody is telling me that you are using a BMW right now, boss.
Hmm.
If an accident happens, then this is the outcome. If I'm
Hmm.
driving a Maruti,
Hmm.
accident happens, this is what happens.
Hmm.
Now, as you said, that associations or skill development institutes, sir, our role comes in here. My job is to teach someone how to drive, right? An automatic or a gear car. My job is not to teach and tell them that you're driving a BMW or an Audi,
Hmm.
right? You should have the confidence to drive a car. It's a road sense.
Yes.
Right. Same thing in technology, sir. Technology means that somebody who is well versed in the technology has created something to simplify something, sir, not to
Hmm.
complicate. Right.
Absolutely. Hmm.
So somebody was cheating. Somebody was not paying bill properly or something. I said, sir, I'll scan your passport. I'll scan your phone. I'll scan your device. And once you make the payment, I have the confirmation. This is to simplify. On the other hand, unfortunately, there are people who are putting it in the industry in a way that if tourism will have more technology, people will lose jobs. How is it possible?
Hmm.
Boss, we are growing. If we use technology, probably
Hmm.
from 1,000 crores, we can reach 10,000 crores in next 2 years.
Yes.
Because now there are people who can work for us. There are machines who are working for us. Now my job is to have more customers,
Hmm.
expand my market, grow. On the other hand, it is looked the other way around. I don't know why. So, my sir, I remember 20 years back, if you're entering an exhibition, you're supposed to show your document, blah, 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 blah. Right now, you're entering Pragati Maidan, your Geo Center, or exhibition center in Jaipur, or any other exhibition center, sir. Your card is there, or you're wearing your that thing, uh, entry pass, and it will just scan that you are already registered. Your photograph is there, your contact details are there. The entire exhibition organizer knows who entered at what time, who left at what time. If we are in a conference or if we're in a meeting, sir, there are virtual devices which shows who all are present, whether switch on the camera or don't. Right, sir? So basically, I am growing, I am expanding. So India is looking at shifting from 24th position to say top 10 by adopting the devices. Answer at the end of the day, as you know rightly, and the entire world know that we are the software capital of the world, sir. If
Yes.
we are not going to use IT, then who else is going to use it, sir?
Yes. Our more than 50% services export is coming exclusively from IT and IT.
Exactly.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. I agree. I endorse your statement, what you're mentioning. Wonderful.
Thank
Absolutely.
you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Absolutely. So let's proceed in mice a little more. From the present scenario, let's move little ahead. The other day, Mr. Amitabh Kant also made a mention in one of the articles. I think it was ET or some other newspaper, I can't recall, but he made a mention that 25 million jobs can be created. And at present, the scenario of the MICE tourism is very minimal, which has to be taken into consideration, and India can do wonders in that particular arena, that particular segment. Now let's come from the present stage to preparatory stage, next level development stage, and then we will go finally to 2047.
Okay, sir. So, sir, I'll go back to from where I started.
Yeah.
Mice industry must understand that mice industry is supporting Lord Ganesha,
Okay.
right? And Lord Ganesha is the son of Lord Shiva, right? So, what I'm trying to say here is that this is the only industry which was, and which will be the major contributor of the business. Unfortunately, what is happening is that tourism means I visited UNESCO sites. Wow, it's tourism. I went to, say, a particular site for, say, river rafting adventure sports. Wow, it's tourism. People still, I don't know, this is my observations, people still think that MICE is a different industry. It has nothing to do with tourism. I don't know why. We are putting something on paper, we are putting it mathematically that what we are doing is MICE. However, the contribution of MICE, if you see, is very limited, is because people who are directly linked with the MICE are still not clear whether they are serving tourism industry or not.
Okay.
And I think perhaps that's the reason, sir, why tourism industry is still fighting for industry status, because the collective contribution is not highlighted in the GST returns. Ministry of Foreign Finance, for example, if
Huh,
I'm an officer of Ministry of Finance
huh,
and anybody comes to me and says that give us industry status, I'll
huh,
say, what is your contribution in terms of taxation?
huh,
Right? That is
huh,
the payout that I'll put you in the concurrent list of government that, okay, this industry should get a status.
hmm,
Now, say Rajasthan, say Maharashtra, and few other states have given it industry status, is
huh,
because they know the real potential, because their state economy is running on tourism, right? But
huh,
why would other states will go and say that, okay, no, no, you should also get industry? Their contribution is more from manufacturing, from IT, then they'll focus on that. So
yes.
my point, my observation here is, so what I'm trying to say here is that a collective approach and effort is required. That the
Mhm.
entire tourism industry unites and says that, boss, MICE is just 0.5 of 37,000,
Huh, huh, huh.
or say 1,000 billion of the entire globe. If a country like Singapore can be in top 20, if a country like France, which is not even half of our population,
Hmm,
say 10%, Spain, UK, US, we have all the things, as in the infrastructure. Government is developing very fast.
hmm,
People are there, businessmen are there, entrepreneurship picking up, startup culture is there. Everything is there.
hmm,
But the unfortunate part, as I said, is that we are so diversified, or we are looking at from a different perspective. We don't
hmm.
realize that our contribution is going for this industry. So 2047, if I put it in words, is basically that if we take a pledge today, then I am part of the tourism, and my job is to ensure that my industry gets the industry status, so that I can get loans, so that I can get best infrastructure, so that if 100 people are traveling from XYZ countries to attend an exhibition, they are facilitated with the best of the best services in terms of visa, in terms of immigration, in terms of hospitality, in terms of tour, in terms of travel. Then that is the outcome, sir. 2047, we can be easily in top 10 based
Okay.
on the collective effort. We
Okay.
need to just unite ourselves, integrate ourselves, that, okay, boss, you're coming, then Incredible India is something which can offer you everything.
Okay. Okay.
That's how I look at it, sir.
Wonderful. How do you look at the various associations related to mice industry doing in India? Are there some new innovative things happening in that?
Sir, I'll not point out any particular association, but
Huh.
yes, associations are doing a fabulous job.
Okay.
Because sir, there are two perspectives to it. One
Huh.
perspective is that I run an exhibition. I'm an exhibition organizer, right,
Hmm.
sir? And
Hmm.
I have an exhibition coming up with which will be attended by say 5,000 people, right, sir?
Hmm. Hmm.
But I am also associated with an association.
Hmm.
Now there is a board meeting happening,
Hmm.
regular meetings happening, conventions happening, association I'm referring to, and
Hmm.
I'm always there. I'm contributing mentally, I'm contributing physically, I'm contributing financially,
Hmm.
right? So that means I understand the value. I believe the every entrepreneur or businessman who are part of the associations, they are doing
Hmm.
it pro bono, sir. So their
Hmm.
contribution must be acknowledged and they should be thanked.
Hmm.
Second is, sir, that with associations, a lot of credibility happens
Hmm.
in the sense that if I go to government and I say that we are the top 10 people in the industry
Hmm.
and please support us for this particular cause, it can be
Hmm.
skill development, that I need more skilled people in my industry, so set up a skill development institute.
Hmm.
Or if we need sponsorship, that obviously industry is supporting, but we need your financial support. Or at the end of the day, last and the most important thing is I need the best policy,
Hmm.
that I am the industry guy. I
Hmm.
know what the challenges are. Please modify, upgrade, or draft a policy according to this matter.
Okay.
All these contributions come from the associations. So
Okay.
their role and responsibility is significant. Their
Hmm.
contribution is exceptionally good
Uh-huh.
and excellent. And I believe they'll keep on contributing to the growth of the country and economy.
Great. Great. Wonderful inputs. Let's take one more segment before we close this session.
So,
You worked with FHRAI also. You
right.
worked with TIE also. You travel a lot and you worked with the ET also. And you're an author also, columnist also, strategist also, doctor of tourism also, because people, that's
Thank
why they call you Dr. Tourism.
thank you, sir.
So now when I look at this entire scenario, and I'm again coming back to my mice industry and I'm focusing on that only.
Sir,
Why not we should think about, see, there is something theory and there is something known as practical. A lot of children, I won't call them children, students, a lot of students are coming from the college to the corporate. But what is happening over there is industry says, यार बच्चे रेडी नहीं है. ये बच्चों को तुमने करवाया तो है 3 महीने का कहीं प्रोग्राम जहां भी पॉलिश तुमने करवाया, बट यार इन बच्चों को आता नहीं है. इनको प्रैक्टिकल पार्ट नहीं आता है. इनको I also requested one of the institutions, those are running specially a program in the university exclusively on events. I told them, why don't you start a practice कि 5 students को लाओ, एक panel discussion. Let's hear the views of students. Like we are sitting on a Zoom, there is no preparation, there is no script, there is nothing. We are talking extempore because it's coming from heart and we mean what we are saying. And this program is going live. There is no cut shut, sound, light, music, tuck, and then thereafter editing. No, it is going live world over. Whatever we are sharing for the whole world. Now, over here, it comes to my mind. Today, the patience has, it has run out. And every youth is looking forward to instant gratification. एंड दे से, यार जल्दी से जल्दी अच्छा जॉब कहाँ मिल सकता है, अच्छा काम कहाँ मिल सकता है, अच्छी इंटर्नशिप कहाँ मिल सकती है, अच्छी पॉकेट मनी कहाँ मिल सकती है, अच्छा जॉब कहाँ मिल सकता है. माइस इज वन इंडस्ट्री बिकॉज यू हैव गॉट ऑल काइंड ऑफ इवेंट्स में अगर देखो, म्यूजिकल इवेंट्स भी हैं, स्पोर्ट्स इवेंट्स भी हैं, डांसिंग कंपटीशन भी है, फैशन शोज भी हैं. आप कोई भी वैरायटी ले लीजिए, डिपेंडिंग ऑन योर टेस्ट यू कैन बिकम द लीडर इन दैट इंडस्ट्री. Why can't we think of, Himanshuji, that there should be maybe 1 month, 2 month or 3 month maximum, 3 महीने से ज्यादा नहीं, एक ऐसा प्रोग्राम होना चाहिए जिसके अंदर यूथ दोज आर इंटरेस्टेड टू बिकम अ पार्ट, और वहां से आप पूरी कंट्री को एक पूल प्रोवाइड करें. और दैट शुड बी द फनल एंड दैट शुड बी द पॉडलॉक और दैट शुड बी द कॉन्फ्लुएंस. उसी में से स्ट्रेटजिस्ट निकले, उसी में से इवेंट प्लानर निकले, उसी में से इवेंट मार्केटियर्स निकले, उसी में से इवेंट को मैनेज करने वाले लोग निकले, उसी के अंदर से अलग अलग सेगमेंट्स को लेकर अगर हम चलें तो पूरी पैकेजिंग का वर्कआउट करके हाउ डू यू लुक एट इट इफ वी आर रियली सीरियस अबाउट माइस इंडस्ट्री? आई वुड लाइक टू हैव योर ओपिनियन ऑन दैट.
Sir, first thing here, what I would like to say to the students and to the institutes or to the industry, my just a suggestion I would say, sir. Sir,
Hmm.
the problem is the insecurity.
Hmm.
Students or people who are studying, who are picking up, people are so insecure whether we'll get the job or not.
Hmm.
The first reason too why they're
Hmm.
insecure is because one is that you are learning a skill.
Hmm.
Second is that you study the past and the future of that industry.
Huh.
That last year or 5 years back, this size of this industry was 100 crores.
Hmm.
Right? Today it's 500. After 5 years, it will be 1500 or 2000 crores.
Hmm.
Right? Now,
Hmm.
I know a lot of people think that, अरे statistics का क्या role है? ये तो बड़ी
Hmm.
बड़ी बातें होती हैं and all that. No, these statistics are coming from, you know, some support, some research. ऐसे किसी ने नहीं बोल दिया. Because if a report says that it's a 5,000 crore industry, then they have to back it with a substantial evidence. You
Hmm.
can't just say कि 5 साल बाद ये industry इतनी होगी. Show me
Hmm.
the mathematics behind it. So
Hmm.
the first thing first is that from student perspective, I'm saying, sir, that
Hmm.
students, apart from giving them the skill, the
Hmm.
industry should
Hmm.
always interact with them. So the bridge the gap between the industry and academia, industry going back and talking to them that don't worry. Last
Hmm.
year, if for example, if a businessman is going, he or she says, last year my turnover was 1 CR, today my turnover is 2 CR. So
Hmm.
if I'm growing and I'm hiring you at say 20,000 rupees per month, if I'm growing, you will get 40,000 rupees next year or 30,000 rupees next year.
Hmm.
This is the kind of confidence which is required and which should be floated
Hmm.
upfront.
Hmm.
Like as you said, sir, it should be live.
Hmm.
People going back to the students and telling them, don't worry, focus on your skill.
Hmm.
Companies are moving, companies are growing.
Hmm.
Now, second part, sir, which government of India also did very well,
Hmm.
identification of the people or the
Hmm.
students who have entrepreneurial mindset.
Hmm.
Right? There are a lot of people who just
Hmm.
finished their college or within their college they started their companies and
Hmm.
they are doing exceptionally well.
Hmm.
Those institutions or those individuals should be supported by the industry.
Hmm.
I am creating a space for somebody that you come and do business. Like for
Hmm.
example, sir, I'm giving an example that initially there were only hotels,
Hmm.
right? Or some sarais, if I put it legally. There is a Sarais Act also.
Hmm.
Then came the farmhouses. Then
Hmm.
came the B&Bs.
Hmm.
Parallelly came a 2 star, 3 star, 4 star, 5 star.
Hmm.
Or there are 1 star. Or there are people who are just running bread and breakfast in the sense that you come and stay and leave.
Hmm.
Then came the people who used information technology to
Hmm.
provide accommodation.
Hmm.
Could be Vista rooms, it could be Airbnb, it could be OYO, sir.
Hmm.
Anybody.
Hmm.
So that means the potential was there, the market
Hmm.
was there. Unfortunately, nobody looked at it from that perspective. That
Hmm.
if I start something in this domain, there
Hmm.
is 1,000 crores which are there lying, but nobody is
Hmm.
utilizing it because they don't know. So the
Hmm.
industry academia gap is one, sir.
Hmm.
That is industry talking to academia, students,
Hmm.
and giving them confidence that, boss, if you want to become an entrepreneur, come. If you're looking
Hmm.
for a job, come. Don't worry. We
Hmm.
are a growing industry. We are a
Hmm.
growing company. We are a growing country.
Hmm.
So don't worry.
Hmm.
Second, sir, the
Hmm.
second perspective is from the policy making side. Sir.
Hmm.
Policy making should be in a way that I am very clear that my job is to provide employment or
Hmm.
my job is to create more entrepreneurs.
Hmm.
For example, if I want to become an entrepreneur, the first thing which I need is money.
Hmm.
If I have a banking setup,
Hmm.
banking in the sense that if I have a setup that I can get working capital on minimum interest,
Hmm.
then that can help me do wonders for the industry.
Hmm.
That is another way of looking at it, sir. Now, here like be it the industry association, be it the individuals, be it the banking institutions, be it the financial institutions,
Mhm.
how frequently we interact with people who will be the leaders in 2047. Somebody who is 22 right now
Mhm.
will be in his or her 40s or early 50s in 2047. He or she is going to be the leader, sir. What are we
Bitcoin.
feeding them with?
Mhm. Mhm.
Are we feeding them with something that, okay, we'll have the robust financial infrastructure?
Mhm.
Financial, I'm saying. We'll have the simplest of the policy. I remember, sir, when I was doing my MBA, the foreign policy of India or the commerce policy used to be like 3 books, 4 books like this. Now
Mhm.
it's just like 30, 40 pages. It has simplified.
Mhm.
So any layman can pick up, read and understand.
Mhm.
That approach is required in tourism and especially MICE.
Okay.
That, for example, I am organizing few meetings, just simple
Mhm.
meetings, but those meetings means there's a worth to it. There is a financial model attached to it. Then I'm organizing a meeting, for example, in Malaysia. I'm going to
Mhm.
organize a meeting in Dubai, in
Mhm.
India.
Mhm.
So if I'm part of the industry or a company and I'm organizing simple meetings, at the end of the day, I'm contributing to tourism.
Mhm.
This is just a one example.
Mhm.
I think there can be multiple examples,
Mhm.
but that approach can only be created, simplified, modified based on the interaction of industry
Mhm.
with the academicians and with the students.
Great.
The
Great.
program. So last thing, sir, the
Mhm.
program which you're referring to, that we need to create a program,
Mhm.
and that program can be something which a 1 month, 2 month, 3 month program can create or change the thoughts or actually contribute should be based on say 50% academics, 50% on the industry supports.
Mhm.
Industry coming in saying that okay, that's how you take a loan, that's how
Mhm.
you register a company,
Mhm.
that's how you book a ticket, that's how you book a hotel. These are your commissions.
Mhm.
If somebody is traveling from XYZ country, these are the immigration challenges.
Mhm.
Somebody is within India, if somebody is doing business in, say, Maharashtra and he's from Delhi, then at the end of the day, who all will get the tax benefits? These are
Mhm.
some real time exposure, sir.
Mhm.
That real time
Great.
exposure required.
Great. 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 Finally, before we close the session, it was wonderful because today we focused on mice industry and that is the future. Final tip, three skills which youth should acquire if they want to be part of mice industry.
Okay, sir. So first of all is I can say communication or dressing sense, for instance. Both I'll
Okay.
club it together.
Okay.
Communication, sir. Right. So your body language should also speak. So
Uh,
communication should be both verbal and non-verbal.
okay.
In mice, lot of communication happens without saying anything. If
Yes.
you're well dressed up, if you're well groomed,
Yes.
then if
Yes.
somebody is there in mice, he or she will address your contribution. Obviously, the cherry on the cake is that if you can speak well, that when they come and speak to you, then obviously that's the real time contribution that can, take you places. So that is what I feel that the verbal and non-verbal communication is the need of the hour.
Okay.
Fortunately,
Mm,
fortunately, because a lot of Indians speak English, then we have exposure to the language. Yes,
mm,
there are dialects are different. People speak English in a different way, but yes, that opportunity is always there. And even if you don't speak English, I said fortunately English. Even if you don't speak English, we have small states. But those small states have population of 2 to 3 to 5 crores, hundreds of exhibitions, meetings, conferences happening. So you
mm.
can create your space without even going for a formal language. But at least, your non-verbal communication should be perfect. Second, sir, as you already asked a question related to IT, sir, information technology is very much important.
Mm,
You must, at least if you don't know anything, first you must know how to use a computer, a laptop, a tab. Above all, you must know how to use a phone properly. You
mm,
can't just carry a a phone of 50,000, 1 lakh rupee, iPhone or whatever, and you don't know how to use its features. Now you can make a PPT on a phone, you can present that PPT on a phone, you can do any kind of meeting on a phone. So if you have a phone in your pocket, if you have the best softwares in your system, then please learn to use it.
Mm,
Don't just buy a device for the sake of buying.
mm,
Learn the tools, the softwares which are there.
mm,
And third, and the most important, sir, the financial acumen.
mm,
I put it in a software, for example, a software like Tally,
mm.
Tally software, which is in accounting. Please learn accounting. Try to understand the contribution of finance.
Okay.
0.1% here and there makes a lot of difference.
Mm,
1,000 people entering in an exhibition and 1,100 people entering in an exhibition, there is a difference.
mm,
100 more people entering means the footfall was increased by almost 10%. So if you are contributing last year 1,000 and this year 1,100 means 10% increase. 10% is really good. If I know my finances well, that I have taken a loan on 8%, and if I from my bank, because I have my strong credentials, and same loan I have taken from an NBFC or a local guy at 12 to 15%, then those 5% is something that can be your income. You can pay an EMI of your car or your home rather than repaying the loan for 5 years extra to somebody like an NBFC or something. If you have strong credentials, you have a strong CIBIL score, you understand the finances very well, you file your IT return, even if it is zero or above, you know that how to manage your finances.
mm,
If you're paying 5% extra and you're saving that 5% and you've got a car, is
mm.
makes a hell lot of difference. There
Great.
are there are devices which are depreciating assets. My mobile today is of 50,000 rupees. After 6 months, it will cost me 40. After 1 year, probably 10,000. You never know. Then, if you are a businessman, if you are a student, if you are in the tourism industry, especially, please try to understand the value of assets, which are the appreciating assets, which are the depreciating assets. So, my
Great.
point is coming to that, the conclusion, if I would say, is that verbal and non-verbal communication, then understanding the value of the so-called
Uh,
information technology or computers or whatever software, and above all, the last and the most important thing, you don't need any formal education. You don't need to be a chartered accountant or a BCom pass out or something to understand the basic nitty-gritties of finance. You
mhm.
can just sit with a banker, you can review your profit and loss statement or your bank statement, and you will realize that, okay, boss, I have been X amount to this loan, to this EMI, to whatever. I could have easily saved it. So the financial acumen. So those are the 3 points which I want to highlight, sir.
Excellent, splendid. What a valuable input. I think boys and girls, young masses, our youth, our students going to colleges, universities, institutions, wherever you are, people those are interested to be a part of the MICE industry, this meetings, incentives, conferences, and exhibition. Dr. Himanshu Talwar has tried to give you peep deep into what exactly is the present status, how you should prepare yourself, how you should build your skills and your competencies, and how you should strategically channelize your talent. And finally, how would you emerge as a finished product so that you can really learn, earn, burn, enjoy whatsoever you want to have in your life and contribute towards Indian tourism. Ladies and gentlemen, Indian Tourism 2047, the series when we are moving on, I think we all are getting convinced each day with every distinguished guest, coming on this platform that tourism alone can make India 10 trillion economy. We can generate sizable employment, and at the same time, so much, better we can do for the youth. The only thing is we need a focused approach, and we should recognize tourism as an industry. which in a very polite way was touched by Dr. Himanshu Talwar in his address. With these words, thank you very much for coming today. Thank you very much for being a part of this particular Zoom session. We look forward to many more such interactions with you, and we wish you all the best in your future and yours. God bless you.